Champions Realty team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Ambassador Real Estate Company. Sorry about that. But yeah, thanks for joining me this afternoon. And every Wednesday we jump on and kind of go over what's gone on in the real estate market over the last 7 days and just kind of keep you up to date on what's going on. So first off, we always start off with a quick tip. So my quick tip, I guess, is one of those things that we just had our oldest daughter going off to kindergarten today. So congratulations to everybody back into school. But the thing I thought about going through that aspect of it is when you're buying a house, know the proximity of different areas that may be busy at certain times of the day, and drive around and look at areas at certain times of the day. You know, most time we're looking at houses sometimes in the evening, maybe in the afternoon, but like today, one of my first time as a parent being in the drop-off line for your kids, and so saw the line of cars going around the neighborhood and things of that sort. So if that's something that would bother you, that you're living right next to a school and having drop-off lines kind of in your area, so that's one thing to take into account as far as a quick tip. Know where you're at, proximity to schools or different things like that may have effects on traffic and things of that sort. So quick tip is drive around different times of the day at houses or neighborhoods or areas that you like. So in the morning, afternoons, evenings. I think I've talked before on like light pollution and stuff like that. So just if you're by a shopping center or things of that sort, that can also dictate how much light is coming or shining on your house or things of that sort. So you need blackout curtains or things of that sort. So yes, that's my quick tip. And so, I had a fun day dropping off my daughter to her first day of school. So, but awesome. Well, let's jump into what's gone on in the real estate market over the last 7 days. So we didn't really see too much change, but let me pull up the graphics here that we use every week. So kind of keep it familiar with everybody. So we had literally the exact same amount of listings go live this week as we did last week. So 493. So when I checked, I was like, oh my gosh, did I forget to change that number? But no, that's what it was. It was same as last week at 493. So just under 500 homes. New contracts were just a little bit lower from the previous week at 417. They were kind of hovering there. Sold homes was down just a little bit. I think we had 470 the previous week, but now we're at 400. So this is typically typical for this time of year that I'm seeing in my 15 years of real estate. Obviously, we're still in that seller's market. We're still seeing multiple offers on homes. We're seeing some hosts. I'm seeing emails come across my email basically saying survive the weekend in regards to that. But I still think it's a great time to list your house. There's still a lot of buyers out there, and ultimately when we're doing that, I think some people are under the adage that we're still in that crazy market, which I don't think we're necessarily in that crazy market, but there's still good things, but that means getting your house ready and prepared to go on the market. The day where you could just literally throw a sign in the yard and it goes the highest bidder. Some houses will do that, but not all houses will do that. But there's ways that, here at Champions Realty team, when we come through and get your house ready to go, that's our goal, is to maximize your equity in that play side of it. But let's look at the 30,000 foot view. So, like I said, this graphic doesn't change all that much. So we're at 2556. And we were at 2517 last week. And we had 1,436, and we had 636 homes in the Douglas and Sarpy County, the existing homes. New construction, we were at 800. So we're still seeing that number of the existing homes tick up, which is good. More inventory out there. Like I said, it's still one in, one out. So that's why this graphic here doesn't change all that much week to week, because the numbers don't change, but the houses change. The ones coming in, coming out. We had 493 new listings this week, 490 listings last week. We had about 420 houses sold out of that. So it's almost a one in, one out. And that's why, this graphic here doesn't change too much. Our average sold price at 335 actually didn't change this week. So that's been gone on about $1,000 increase each week. But this week it did not change in that regard. So our interest rates, when I looked earlier, are about 7 1/8 to 7 1/4, depending on credit score, down payment, how much you're borrowing, things of that sort. So those are some things, the interest rates are kind of hovering around that 7. Talking to the lenders that I talked to, I think they're going to kind of be there for a little bit. But we're still seeing that activity out there driving prices up. So like we say, the thing of, marry the house, date the rate, that type of thing is a cliche that's been, probably for the last year with regards to that aspect of it. But I think, there's some good adage of getting out there, getting ahead of the game. As we're coming into the fall months, activity typically slows down during the holiday time. So if you're a buyer out there, now's the time to kind of keep your foot on the gas pedal, because sellers are going to have to sell, all times of the year. And if you can find that house, that's great for you. If you got time to wait, that's great too. but rates are a little bit higher. We're going to wait and see what happens next year. Well, I don't necessarily see it's going to be changing too much. And that, $400,000 house this year, maybe 415 next year, so if you can get something this year, a little bit less, which may seem high at this time, but next year, it's one of those things. People bought houses 10 years ago when they bought their house for 150, they thought that was high. And now they're turning around and selling that thing for 250, 10 years later. They're like, gosh, I wish I would have bought 10 of those houses. So I think that's kind of the funny thing, that anytime you're buying real estate, at the time you're buying it, you're always thinking you're paying a high price for it. But and when you look back at history, those that have gotten into the real estate investing side of it, they would have wished they'd have bought, 10, 15 houses, 10 years ago. But it's that buying and holding it, that appreciation, those type of things. Even if you're buying it just to live in it, there's still a great investment in there with regards to that. So, but anyways, that's kind of all I got for today. So, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Numbers down here, 672-7670. Email me, whatever's easiest. Obviously, all the social media things, like, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. If you have any questions, comments, love to hear them. Love to interact with our audience, clients, past clients, friends and family, and all that good stuff. So if you have questions or topics you want us to cover, we're open to anything. So, but we can even do a special segment. We can do it in the evening or something like that. So, but anyways, happy to help. Give me a holler, and have a great rest of the week, and happy first week of school for most everybody. I think is getting back there this week or last week as well. So, but anyways, take care, and I will